It's the next day. Got the mixer wagon here. And Keith was feeding the heifers.
No, I have this morning.
Oh, I guess this morning on the last load here. The scale started bouncing like crazy. I think during unload or at the end of the load, and whatever the two. And we got a bad weight right here. So we normally always have one here, but must be we forgot to order one when we changed the last one. It's been a long time. I think the last one was that front one.
No, I think the other side.
It was one of the front ones.
Yeah. But
it's over a year now since we've touched one. So that bolt that Christoph just cut is basically just a stopper bolt. So if you hit a bump, it can't bounce up and pop off, because we had one that on this front left one, we had the bolt missing for, well, we had to torch it, and then we didn't put a new bolt in right away because it was kind of one of those should have, could have, didn't do it at the moment jobs, and then it bounced. And
maybe just the rubbers are bad in it. I don't know. We'll find out.
Because the thing is, it was reading correct if you jump on it, but the second this machine moved, it started bouncing. Which, I mean, it still can be a bad scale, but maybe it's a bad rubber, whatever the two. But my mom's coming with the part from Champlain Valley. They had it in stock, luckily. They had 3 in stock. Well, these are very common mixers in our area. Basically everybody has one.
A lot of them. Except in bad shape.
Yeah. We got it used, put new liners in it. 3-4 years ago, I put new liners in it, the big ones. 2 years ago, I put in the little liners, and they're stainless ones, so they last a long time for us. And then every now and then, you get a patch right here.
One bushing was gone, and the other one looks like shit.
And then I had to replace there. We put a new door on it, and then it was these linkages right here, a little wore out, so it wasn't sealing tight. So we were having a grain loss issue. So what I did is I cut this right here, and I raised it up 1/2 inch, and it just gave it a little bit more pressure, and now it stopped any leaks. One time we had what is it? 3 years ago now, Christoph? A different feed guy decided to put some metal through the mixer.
No.
Was it not metal, or was it? He put something steel in there,
yes.
and the auger decided to do an ejection system right through there. So after that happened, I put the liners in. So at least it didn't happen right before I put them in. But that was kind of the...
I guess we'll wait until she shows up. We'll see if this one's still good. Maybe with the rubbers missing, it was hitting on where it shouldn't be rubbing.
Maybe.
Fucking up the scale. Otherwise, she's grabbing one too. So it's not a big deal.
So that's what's going on. But Christoph is almost done with the Bobcat. You guys can see how shit this rubber was. Just clapped.
I talked to somebody today.
What?
Watches the YouTube.
You talked to somewhere.
In the Apple.
Every now and then Christoph meets someone.
He does old brush hogging along the rail trails and stuff.
Never know when you're gonna see someone. But yeah, Christoph's almost done the Bobcat right there. I said in the last video we're gonna clean up, but we're gonna fix shit like today. And
maybe by the end of the day we'll clean some of it.
If I got someone that's got nothing to do, I'm gonna send him up here with a skid steer and a bucket and
take a loader bucket out.
A payloader bucket worth of crap, honestly. Several skid steer buckets. But are you waiting anything for this Bobcat?
Yeah, I forgot to do
Okay, so you just go to Enos. Did you strip a nut or what?
No. So I can put a keyway through it. Keyway.
Anyways, he's
one of these.
He actually changed another hose straight back there. It goes to the fan drive. They're a special hose from Bobcat, and that blew 2 years ago. And then we put in a Napa special hose, which worked great. But the problem with putting this hose in, we couldn't put, this has been sitting on the wall for 2 years or so, or 3. I think that says 2021, but it was a year old when we got the hose. This right here is where it locks the a rubber piece in that goes, what's this piece right here? I will show you. This piece right here, it locks right there in the back. But I couldn't put that in because that hose wasn't angled correctly for that plate to line up. Otherwise it would rub all day long and blow a hole. So we just left it off. It's worked now for a couple years, and we never changed it because
it was still holding.
It was holding oil, and I wasn't gonna just waste a hose to change out for that little bit of putting that plate back in. But we kept it on the shelf. That was one of the hardest oil leaks to find on the fan.
Yes.
Because it only leaked when the fan was on. And we've had that happen with the chopper before, where the fan drive hose blew. Yep. And we couldn't find the leak to save our life. Because we parked it that day.
By the time we brought it back down, it wasn't leaking.
And then it was blown in
the... If you think about it, it could have been just easy, but you don't think about it.
Because you're pissed off because you can't find it.
Yes.
It was blown inside the frame rail also, so there was like 8 or 10 hoses wrapped together. Yes. So it wasn't... Thinking about it, it should have been a very easy one to figure out, but in the moment you're not thinking.
You don't think that far.
So yeah. But no, that hose, we're changing it out. That other one is in a kind of rough condition. It would still hold an oil, but it was forced in an angle that it shouldn't have been.
Hopefully she shows up soon.
I'm getting this back together. I got everything cleaned. It's honestly a little bit of cleaning time. I don't know how you were struggling to get this in here, Christoph. Anyways, it pops right in there. Right. And I got to now tighten those 4 bolts up. It's gonna take a while because only these 2 you can actually get an impact on. These back ones, nothing. And then we'll get everything on there, both sides, and then we'll jack the axle up and get those pins and bolts in. And it should be good. And then the last thing we'll do is put this hub back on. Mm-hmm. But
whatever else
yeah,
needs
yeah, there's probably something we're gonna find. But Philip already went through and greased the brakes, slack adjusters, the cams, and the drive shafts. So yeah, anything else to say?
There'll be more, but not right now.
I'll probably forget to record because it happens. I just started lifting this side up. Christoph helped me when I needed it to tighten these up. I got them kind of snug, but then to get them really torqued, if you stick a wrench underneath there and you angle it just right, you can hold it tight, and then someone takes it. Well, we used our 3/4 inch pry bar, or breaker bar, I mean, and he was yanking on it with that to tighten them. And then these are all good now. Only thing I gotta finish is actually these locking nuts, but that's just a couple turns, and then that's all done. But I just started lifting it up so we can hopefully line these pins up. I'm hoping I can jack it up and come along it forwards, because when we lifted this to put it on the jack stand, the truck kind of swayed a little bit, so it kind of threw it off center. But when you're lifting it like that, it's bound to happen. So we do got to put it back into place somehow. Hopefully it stays on the jack and the jack stands. But this is one of those projects where you don't keep your feet or your hands underneath it, because something can go bad. Most time when the shop does it, they drop this out, and you can get an impact from underneath or a socket on the underneath. But because we didn't want to do all that extra work, we're doing it like this. Some would say it's the harder way, and for us it's just, we only have so many tools to do the job, so we're doing it with what we can. Christoph is almost done this. He is going to put oil in it next to make sure there's no leaks. He just has the cab down right now, And the back window looks like that because he blew the radiator up and out because he was able to get in there really good with the fan out and everything. And honestly, I gotta say, that is, I don't know, Bobcat. I understand the reasoning for putting it here, the compact space, but it truly sucks to keep clean. Even the 650 we have at the other farm just sucks to keep clean. Maybe if I had the reversing fan on it every, I don't know, 5 to 15 minutes, whatever, maybe it would stay clean better. But these two skid steers suck at keeping clean and staying cool. You gotta be on top of it. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna jack this up more. And slowly guide it into place. I got these back brackets all on and tight. I didn't realize it, but the little washers I had, I stuck on the inside, so kind of looks like shit, but I already had it all torqued and everything before Christoph saw it. And it is what it is. It's on the passenger side, so no one's gonna see it, except for on camera and everyone on YouTube. So the back's lifting more than the front. But I guess I can get the back bolt in. And go from there. Even though this needs to pop forwards, I'm guessing it needs to go into that spring. Maybe I gotta move my jack. I'll just stick my jack stands up and go from there. But you guys can see what I'm trying to do. It actually came forwards, so might actually work out pretty good. I got this side. Where are my pins? So I got a contraption going on. Got the air jack lifting it, and then I grabbed one of the binders from the lowboy that we tie down the bulldozer or the excavator, and I cranked it forward. It's about 1 inch, and then you guys can kind of see it. Do not stick your finger in there, but I wanted to show you, but we won't. This side perfectly lined up, so that pin's gonna go in about all the way till it hits the other side of this on the other side, and it's angled like this because the axle's sitting sideways because the other side's still on the jack stands. So we're gonna hit it in till that hits. We'll go to the other side, pick that side up. It should level it all out. We'll put both front pins in, and then we'll have to squeeze this up because this bushing, oh, never mind, I can put it in now. No, I got it lined up enough. I thought I had to go higher. Anyways, this bushing goes right here, and then I gotta put the bolt in. So the back's already good. Might do that first. Maybe I'll do it right on camera. So you guys think I do stuff on camera. So there, done. So these are the pins. Grease fitting hole is right there. Some reason they put grease in it, but they don't give you a grease fitting. Sometimes people put them this way, but normally I'm pretty sure they go in, just so that way it doesn't hit the tire, just in case with the flexing if it can get too close. Normally it shouldn't, but I gotta line up this groove with this bottom. That way it prevents it from coming in and out or spinning. So basically like that. I grab my hammer, it's on the other side, and I'll whack that in. The last job for this thing is getting all new studs on this hub.
I gotta put a punch.
I got a good one over here. 2 of the studs snapped off. I'm pretty sure was the wheel tight, or did it loosen up and then they snapped?
I think I want to say there was almost 3. So
Well, there's one just really messed up. Three
studs that were
yeah.
fucked up.
So we got all new ones. Might as well change them all, because there's a good chance the other ones are not far behind. If it was loose or whatever, so he's gonna change them all, and then he didn't see any more leaks, and hopefully it's ready to roll. He almost just hit me somewhere. Right on camera. There's definitely things we like about the Bobcat, and there's things we like about the 60 skid steer. Bobcat wheel bearings.
Shut the fuck up.
No, they're gonna blow anyways.
Now they will.
Yeah, it was due to like anyways. But Tim, when we bought it, we asked him, and he said that he didn't sell any.
Right.
At least not nearly as many as the 60.
Fucking 6 years ago, 7 years ago too.
When we bought this.
It's probably sold more though.
Yeah, but this model skid steer wasn't crazy old back then. But the 60s are known for blowing wheel bearings. But after 9,000 hours, if it blows, this is a 2015.
I had 500 hours on it.
And we bought it with 500 hours. So I want to say it was 2016 that we got this.
17.
Was it 17? It was a previous farmer had it in our area.
It was local too.
But yeah, I can't complain on that kind of stuff. I can say to work on anything in here is probably one of the worst.
I know I said if I was a Bobcat mechanic, I want double.
It is a joke to get in there. But whatever. If the main hose that blew, if that would have never happened, the work that we had to put into this would be a lot less over the years. But when those main hoses blew, the guys, they fried the tandem pump, both drive pumps, and it fried the fan pump. So that was a lot of work we had to put into it. But other than that, it's only been hydraulic hoses here and there. A couple sensors have gone. That's put it out of commission for a little while. But you have that on newer machines. Luckily, it's no def. Christoph likes to live differently. He's using an impact on a chrome socket. Check that one, it might not be hot.
Yeah, she's hot too.
Anyways, I got that pin started. I couldn't actually go too far in because of the angle. I gotta take my chain and binder from the other side and do the same thing and pull it forwards. But it's getting there. So I gotta put the grease fittings on the inside. And I gotta put these lock nuts on. I gotta tighten them so they lock. So I did forget that. But other than that, the springs are good. I'll do those two things real quick. I need a 7/16 or an 11 millimeter. Gotta work on this now. And then I need to, today, it's already, what is it, 8 o'clock or is it 8:30? It is 8:15. But I'll work on this somewhat still today, and then tomorrow, that'll work.
Okay, I'm gonna go put some caffeine.
Christoph gave me a chode. Look at this.
You like the little things?
Christoph likes little things.
They all
The Bobcat is down at the farm again. And then, yeah, tomorrow I'll do the 8 tires, and this thing can roll out. So that'll be good. Alrighty. Got this. Races out. We're going to pressure wash this hub tomorrow. Get it nice and clean, and then we'll slap some new bearings and seals in it. And we'll go from there. It's already almost 9 o'clock, so we're done for the night. Christoph's got to be up at 4. He's cleaning barns tomorrow at the home farm. And life goes on.
It does.
I just got done working on this rake. I was going through and greasing it. That way it was ready to roll for Gerhardt. And then this main pin right here that you see that holds this whole last arm on, it was snapped. I saw it. It wasn't out or anything, but it was sitting just a little sideways, so I knew it was broken. And then that was actually the only thing, luckily, that I saw that was broke on it. There's a bunch of common things that I always look for that are either cracked or worn out, but normally that is not a big deal or a big thing to happen. I think common. It is a big deal that it broke. It's just not that common, but we always have a pin here because we've had it happen in the past. But it's been 2 years since we had one go. Now let's take it down, put some fuel on it, and Gerhard can head to the field for fourth cut.